Hello, it is Pixel Day. The Pixel 8 and Pixel 8 Pro just were announced, and I think that there's a couple of key areas that Google really needs to improve upon for these devices to just not kind of flop. Okay, so I have owned a Pixel 6, a Pixel 6a, a Pixel 7 Pro, and now I'm currently using the Pixel 7a to film this. A lot of the nitpicks that I have with the Pixel 7 Pro, I don't have with the Pixel 7a because those are things that I kind of expect or that I'm willing to deal with at the price point of the Pixel 7a. Because Google has raised the price by $100 for both of their models this year, I need to see improvements in a couple of key areas before I'm willing to spend the almost $1,100 with tax here in California on upgrading my Pixel 7a to a Pixel 8 Pro. The first one is modem efficiency. This is one that has plagued Pixel devices since the introduction of Tensor. It's an issue that is so widely kind of accessible, as in everyone can experience this, because when I am using my Pixel 7a on LTE versus using my Pixel 7a on 5G versus using it on Wi-Fi, the battery life of the Pixel 7a will vary greatly, anywhere between like 15 to 20% difference between when I'm using it even on LTE with great reception. On Google Fi, the battery life just, it's not even close to as good as it is on Wi-Fi. Now, this could be a modem thing, like because Google is using a Samsung-based chip in Tensor, that the Samsung modems aren't efficient as Qualcomm modems. Either way, the battery life being this inconsistent depending upon what type of connection I have, it's so frustrating that when I go to sleep every night, I turn my plane on airplane mode and I put it on battery saver. Otherwise, I'll drop anywhere between like 7 to 8% battery life overnight if I don't have the device plugged in. And I know that Google has a bunch of battery saver options so that you can plug your device in. I just don't charge overnight because I know it's not that great for the battery. Now, the next one I got to bring up, which has gotten better, is the fingerprint scanner. The fingerprint scanner in the Pixel 6 was just average, mediocre at best. Even with no screen protector and using the same fingerprint multiple times, it just can't hold a candle to Samsung. The Pixel 6a got a little bit better. The Pixel 7 Pro got a little bit better. And the Pixel 7a is okay or average. It's acceptable at a phone for the Pixel 7a's price point, but I don't know if I would be happy with it for a phone that was almost $1,100 with tax. Either way, I don't think that a ultrasonic fingerprint scanner is the solution, simply because ultrasonic fingerprint scanners require special tempered glass screen protectors, or you have to use a non-glass screen protector. Either way, it's just something that is kind of a pain in the ass. Face Unlock did get better, but Face Unlock still isn't the most secure method of getting into your phone. I still think that an upgraded fingerprint scanner at the $1,100 price point totally necessary on the Pixel 7 or Pixel 8 Pro. The next thing that I need to see Google kind of address in this whole Pixel line of devices, especially at the price point, was updates. And that's something that I have updated. 7 years of OS feature drops and security patches is insane. And it is by far like leader in the industry right now, especially in the Android space. I know Samsung is now doing 5 years on their devices, but Google really just kind of put their foot down. 7 years. I mean, I think that buying a phone today that's going to get updates until 2030, that's what Apple is doing. And the fact that Google is doing this, the fact that you're going to be able to get repair parts to repair it independently through iFixit, and the fact that Google is now partnered with a bunch of other repair franchises in like the US and the UK, I think that that really says a lot to like the longevity of what kind of lifespan you could be expecting to get from your device. I think this is a great thing. I think that Google addressing this goes really, really far into kind of showing their commitment towards being the premier Android manufacturer in the Android device space. Right now, I'm in my sukkah. It's a Jewish holiday. You're supposed to eat in a three-sided dwelling with the ability to see the stars. My family has one. The last thing that I need to see from Google in regards to just this device launching, this newer price point, the improvements, expectations that I have, is launching a device that is finished. I have experienced with every single Pixel device that I have bought close to release, I've experienced this Jekyll and Hyde situation with the devices where I will get the device, it performs okay. I start noticing some kind of weird bugs in regards to performance, battery life, thermals, charging curve, etc. And then after an update, those suddenly get fixed. Or I'm on the stable version of Android and then I go to the developer preview and all of a sudden I have this drastically different user experience with the device. It's not to say that Google releases devices that are as buggy as they used to be, but if Google wants to charge more money for these devices, we need to see devices that are more polished, that are kind of cleaner on the software side of things, because getting a device and having your first 1 or 2 months experience using it being hit or miss or kind of average at best isn't a good look, especially as Google tries to raise their prices. Now, I don't want to blow any of these bugs or issues that I've had personally out of proportion because they haven't been things that I would call deal breakers. Then again, the Pixel 7 Pro launched for $899, and that's $100 cheaper than what's launching for now. If we're going to increase the prices of these devices, I need to see the polish, the overall user experience on launch from Google get better. Otherwise, I have very little incentive to purchase the device on launch day when I know that I could get a device after 1 or 2 months, possibly refurbished, possibly used, for a couple $100 less. That's kind of the biggest or kind of the biggest unknown that I have right now with the Pixel 8 Pro is whether or not it's going to launch in a state that I would say is premium, because Google giving you $1,000 phone is Google kind of announcing that they're willing to jump into the premium Android space. $899, that was somewhere between the high end and like premium range of smartphones. $999, we are knocking on the doors of a premium smartphone, and for that $999 MSRP, I want $1,000 smartphone experience. Outside of some of that stuff, I don't really have much else that I want to see fixed in the Pixel 8 Pro. I think that the Pixel 8 and Pixel 8 Pro are set to be pretty solid devices that hopefully fix some of the missteps that Google had in prior launches. I know that other people have had issues with quality control, and coming from Vietnam where they manufacture the Pixel 8, I know that the company that manufactures them for Google has a pretty bad track record or pretty bad reviews from Vietnamese people that work there. So build quality wise, I don't think that we're going to see much of, if any, improvement in quality control or issues that we had with build quality. Again, I never encountered any issues with this. In regards to screens, I love the fact that the screens are getting flatter. I had to get my Pixel 7 Pro screen repaired in Vietnam. Thank God, it was like under $200. Should I do a video about that? Because I recorded a whole video, but I just never released it. And overall, I think that Google giving us these 7 years of updates is just really, it's really setting the bar for Android devices. But that's what we should expect from Google because they are the makers of Android. But what do you think?